In the middle of the 90s, Philip Vella started to participate as a composer in the Maltese pre-selection for the Eurovision Song Contest. It is something he will continue to do, and when we record this conversation, he has competed in the Maltese competition with almost 80 songs, 6 of which has won the competition and competed in the Eurovision Song Contest. What does he remember from all these years? Which song is he most proud of, and which song ought to have won? We will also talk about his new album, 60+, that you have a chance to win, but more about that later in the episode. This is Eurovision Legends, and I'm your local globetrotter, Emil Löfström. Welcome to Eurovision Legends, Philip Vella.
Hi Emil, nice talking to you, and greetings to all your listeners.
It's lovely to have a chat with you. When did you first become interested in Eurovision?
In Malta, actually, we don't have anything except for Eurovision, especially in the 90s. It was always a dream to export our product away from our little island. The only occasion we had was the Eurovision, because obviously then you go and perform in a foreign country, many countries see it, and that's your chance of exporting our product. So I, as a composer, I had to compete in the Maltese festival. It took me quite some time, because actually I hate festivals. I hate it that only one song wins and all the other songs are thrown by the wayside. So it took me some while, because I couldn't accept to succeed in something. I have to go and take part in a festival. But then I had to do it. And obviously, if you have to do it, you have to do it the best you can. And that's how it all started.
Yeah, and you have competed in the Malta's pre-selection many times. And yeah. I think I would like to talk a little about the songs that never reached Eurovision before we talk about those that did. So I asked you in advance to prepare a list of 5 songs that you really like that never reached Eurovision. And I want to hear, have you put them in order as a top list, or is it a completely random?
No, I think they are through the years. I think they are. First one was in 2002, actually.
Yeah.
For example, after I won in 2000, then the following year I had a song which I really liked, and which I like up to now, and I really had high hopes for it, and it didn't win. And for me, it's still one of my favorites up to now. It's called Spellbound, and it was by Ira Losco, who actually I won with her with 7th Wonder the following year.
Exactly, and Spellbound came second.
Yeah.
When you move to touch me, I'm spellbound, drowning in the magic of emotions deep. Every time you hold me, I am spellbound, swimming in the pleasure of a dream that feels to sleep. Anytime you call me, I am spellbound, endlessly devoted to a love so rare. When you move to kiss me, I am spellbound, living sweet sensations of a truth we dare to share.
Fabrizio Faniello won this year with Another Summer Night.
Yeah.
In Eurovision, it got a 9th place.
Uh-huh.
Do you think Spellbound would have gained a better place?
Oh, you can never tell, actually. I mean, obviously, I always believe in the song, but every festival, as you know, every festival has its conditions, its atmosphere, what song to win. That's why the challenge is so nice in Eurovision, because you can never tell. Nobody ever got the formula right. You think that you're going to do well, but many things seem to go haywire, or many things seem to go well. For example, I knew that we were going to do well with 7th Wonder. I knew from the first rehearsal, from the first minute, I knew that it was going to do well. I had this feeling. Like I had the feeling when the other times I competed, and I knew that something was not clicking and something was not well. And I was right as well at that time. But, so you can never tell, actually. You can never tell.
This was the second time you competed with Ira Losco, because I know you competed with her the year before with the song Shine.
Wow. Well informed.
You're the music in my voice.
which is the next song you would like to highlight?
The next song was Julie and Ludwig, which was 2003. I started working with them. I think they were a fun couple and really, really nice people. And this was the first song that I got in the finals with them. This was called My Number One. This song, again, gives me good memories because I started to work with them. I knew that they were really nice people. It was a good combination. So I'm choosing this one, My Number One, because that was fun as well.
When you're close, you make me fly. With your touch, I reach the sky. When you kiss my yearning lips, I rainbow high. You're my angel in disguise, my own taste of paradise. You're my everlasting dream, my number one.
I don't know if that finished in the top 3, actually.
No, it didn't. It
I
didn't
know
actually.
it finished second televoting. That's what I know. Because there was televoting and judges. And televoting, it finished second. That's what I remember, yeah.
Yeah, and this year, Lynn Kirkop won with the song
Yeah.
Dream Again, and Malta ended in as 27th place with only 4 points. And I'm pretty sure that My Number One would have got a better place.
As again, I can never tell. You can never tell. But I mean, it was a good precursor for the following year then for Julie and Ludwig.
Yeah, and in my opinion, a much better song than To Dream Again.
I thank you very much, but I mean, that's what the judges and what the people decided at that time, and I have to accept it. But these are songs which, funnily enough, some of them are more. I'm sorry I didn't win with them, and maybe I could have preferred winning with them than winning with the actual songs I won. Some of them.
Yeah.
Maybe except Seventh Wonder. There's another song which I chose, which is, I think, one of my favorite songs, which was way before all these. Actually, I should have mentioned this as the first one, which is Walk With Me, which I wrote, which was in the festival in 1997, but which I actually submitted in 1996. Before there was this people started submitting ethnic songs, like in 1997, when I had Walk With Me, there was Debbie Sherry with an ethnic Let Me Fly type of song.
Yeah.
But in 1996, I was so sorry. It was the only year, I think, which I didn't have a song in the festival. But I submitted Walk With Me, which I consider at that time was a really innovative song for Malta, with a sound that they never heard before, because normally they were all after ballads in the traditional sense. But I submitted this, and it didn't make it in the final in 1996. And I was sorry that it made it in 1997, because then it was not innovative and original anymore. But it's still one of my favorite songs. And I still think Mark Donna was a fantastic singer for that particular song.
Walk with me, talk to me, help me stand, take my every time I dream, I only see your face. When I close my arms, it's you that I embrace. I'll always be with you, loving you. Walk with me.
Did he sang the demo 1996 too?
Yes. It was exactly the same song, which I didn't change anything in 1996 when I submitted it. But then it made it in 1997, which I consider it was too late then for it.
And we will talk more about Debbie Sherry and Let Me Fly, because I know that you joined her on stage.
Yes. I was a guitarist actually on stage. My first time in Eurovision.
Exactly. Which one is the next song?
So we talked about 3 of them. The next song is called Deja Vu, which is definitely one of my favorite songs which I've written. Definitely. I think it's one of my favorite songs by far. Obviously, that year there was Chiara, who had My Angel, which was a difficult competition for us. But it was the time where I really, really felt sorry I didn't win with that song, because I thought that had real potential. And we reached, I think, such a good standard with that. I was worried that we won't do it again with Olivia Lewis.
You competed with her 2 years later. But actually, I saw the televoters list from 2005, and Deja Vu and Angel got much more televotes than the other songs.
Yeah, true. So, but for me, it was a wasted song. I was really, really, really sorry that I didn't win that year.
Bringing you back, turning each page that's left unturned. I know I've lived through all this before. It seems more and more like a strange deja vu. Why you, wonderful you, taking me back to what I knew. Over and over this feeling rose. Reality shows this is deja vu. Oh, time.
And this happened again. If we're going to go to my next song, which is again, I can repeat the exact explanation I just gave you for Deja Vu with Pure, sung by Claudia Faniello, which up to now, I try not to hear the song, because every time I hear the song, I feel bad about the whole thing, because I think that song should have won that year. And I mean, I'm not saying because I think. The whole theater, the people, everybody seemed to like that song. But then it didn't win. So up to this day, I'm really sorry that didn't win. And to make matters worse, I think there was a judge at that time who came later to tell me, I don't know how that song didn't win, so I was sorry about the whole thing.
My heart on my sleeve, soaking up the sun. You don't have to say a word. You can see cause and effect. Pure love is flowing through me with no end. Through unspoken words, it will just remain. Nothing comes between my heart and yours. No one else can dance what we've made of us. I'm breathing you inside, so pure. It all begins right where it will end. Our footprints side by side in the
I have actually picked a favorite too.
Okay.
That didn't reach Eurovision, and that's Moondance by Baklava that ended in a 6th place in 2011.
Wow. Yeah, another interesting idea, I think, with the violin and the whole setup. I always try to do something different than what people expect, and that was another experiment. Started as a favorite in the festival, but then something happened in the festival.
As the shadows meet tonight, and the moon is turning bright, there's a tune that comes alive. It's the passion in my
As you say, it finished 6th.
Yeah, and this was your 3rd attempt with Baklava. You competed with them before with Kamikaze Lover and Euphoria. Was it specially written for Baklava?
Yes, definitely. Normally, I always write songs for the singer. Always.
Okay.
I mean, I never write a song and then yes, this I'll give. I always have a singer in mind and I write for the singer. Always. Especially for Eurovision. Always. I never sit down and write a song. I'll think, okay, this finished up good. Maybe I'll give it to... I never do that. Ever.
In 1997, you arranged the song Let Me Fly and joined Debbie Cherry on stage in Dublin.
Yeah.
Can you take us back to your memories from Dublin?
I think my best ever Eurovision was in Dublin. First of all, I only had the responsibility of being a guitarist. It was not my song, I was just there to play the guitar. Dublin was fantastic, an incredible place for Eurovision. The nightlife, the night band, the bands at night in Dublin. It was such a good time for me. The whole 15 days.
Let me fly and I will reach way up high. I will climb the steps that lead to the sky, where the clouds caress your face with my tears. Let me try, I can fly. Let me hear the songs that I never played. I will find the keys that open the gate of my dreams, which light the flame in my life. If they die,
A strange thing happened because we were supposed just to mime on stage. I was not supposed to play live on stage on that day. And then when we went there, they told us, no, the band is not going to play your part. You have to play them. So we had to then actually play on the night. But as a Eurovision, from all the Eurovisions I've been, that, and in 2003, I was with the Ukraine. The first time Alexander Ponomaryov was representing Ukraine for the first time. I was his advisor, kind of, because I wrote him a song which he liked. I mean, there it was a big thing in Ukraine in 2003, and they made they wanted songs from all over Europe.
Exactly.
Lots of people submitted songs, and they wrote to me because the previous year I came second in the Eurovision. They had a special committee to select songs, and my song was chosen. I went to Ukraine with the song. He recorded the song, but then in the last minute, he chose the song he actually sang. I don't remember what.
It was Hasta la Vista.
Yes.
hasta la vista, baby, baby, so long. Hasta la vista, baby. Oh, yo, you are so
Goodbye, you are so.
hasta la vista, hasta la vista.
What happened with your song?
I don't know. The last minute, I was there in Ukraine. I spent the whole time in Ukraine whilst they recorded the song. The song was recorded. My song was recorded. But then in the last minute, he chose that song. But then I got a phone call that the singer wanted me with him all the time in Eurovision. And I was the one who was with him in press conferences, and everywhere he went, I was the one with him. He wanted me there. Which was in Latvia, a very, very nice experience without that much responsibility. So I could enjoy the Eurovision proper, but really a good Eurovision.
Did you release the song later?
I think in Malta, I did it with a Maltese singer. I can't remember his name now, and we submitted it a couple of times and didn't make it to the finals in Malta.
Did the guy from Ukraine record the song?
He did record it, yes.
Can we hear it?
No, I don't have his recording. He never gave me the recording.
Okay. In 2000, you won the competition and got to go to Stockholm with Claudette Pache.
Yeah.
And this was the third time you competed with her in the competition in Malta.
Yeah.
Tell us about the happy pill of a song, Desire.
I always experiment with the singers. It was, as you say, 3 years. We were trying different kind of songs until Gerard James Borch gave me these lyrics, which were fun lyrics. And I told her, listen, we should do a fun song. I'm really happy with that song because in Malta, at the moment, in all the parties, major parties in Malta, that is one of the songs they play every time, and everybody sings it and everybody plays it. From all my songs, that is the song that it's really, and obviously I laugh because everybody's sending me videos from the parties to let me hear that they're still playing this song, which for me, it means a lot that in 2020, 20 years later, this song is still doing the rounds, you know, so it means it's I mean, for me, that's a proof and a seal that the song was good at that time. I think Claudette embraced it, and it's one of the songs which I think we should have done better at the Eurovision proper.
To have and to hold, to love and to grow, it takes two hearts that beat to the rhythm of one. When you push me away, I taste fear and pain, turns my fire to smoke with one word, with one stroke. Deep in my heart is desire to love. Deep in my soul is desire to grow. Deep in your smile is desire for
on location in Stockholm, Malta had hired the same team that backed Charlotte Nilsson, now Pirelli, as the backup singers.
Yes, exactly. Really nice singers.
How come?
Because we had a head of delegation at the time, and he used to do that nearly all the time. Because obviously the singers would be from Sweden, from the same country. Obviously, they were fantastic singers at the time. Really, really, really good singers, which gave the song a real big boost at the time. And he always thought that the singers would be from the same country. Obviously, we would be more welcome because they would be part of our delegation. And I think it was a really good idea. We did that again with Ira Losko in 2002 because they're from Estonia at that time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What do you remember from Stockholm?
I've been to Stockholm quite a few times because even my song Vertigo and my song Vodka were mixed and produced by blonde, long hair. He wrote Euphoria. Thomas Gilson, yeah. Yes. So obviously he's a friend of mine. And I was there with him. I was there on a cruise, so I like Stockholm a lot. I enjoy myself in Stockholm. I've been there quite a few times. But there in 2000, it was at the Globe Arena, which was a fantastic place because you're staying in the same in the same place as the Eurovision is. You open up the TV and you see the rehearsal. You go on breakfast and you see the stage. As a place, it was an incredible place.
Malta ended in 8th place with 73 points, and the song became a minor hit here in Sweden, actually.
Yeah, that Desire.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you, I'm glad. Even up to now, in the party scene, it's still a good party song.
Denmark won. Was that the best song in your opinion?
Funnily enough, when we were on the aircraft going to Sweden, and we were talking, I told everybody that if I had to write a song, if one of the songs, if they had to tell me choose which song you should have written, have written. I said I would have written Denmark's song, and everybody laughed at me because at the time everybody was saying you should have a good dance and a good show and a good nice girls jumping up and down, and they are too old. But I said, listen, it gives me such a good feeling, that song, whenever I hear it, such a good vibe. If I had to write a song, that was it. And then when they won, they told me, yeah, you were right, because it was magical how they did it and how it all ended up on stage. And funnily enough, they were talking to me because there is a Danish village in Malta, a small village where the Danish tourists come to Malta. And they were contracted to come and play in this village, in this Malta village. So they were asking me. But obviously then, after they won the Eurovision, they forgot all about the Danish village in Malta because they were touring all around.
Fly on the wings of love. Fly, baby, fly. Reaching the stars above. Touching the sky.
2 years later, in 2002, you won again in Malta, and this time with the charming Ira Losko.
Yep.
And she sang 2 songs in this national final. It was Seventh Wonder and One Step Away.
Uh-huh.
Do you think the best song won?
I think so. For me, it was such a sweet song for such a sweet girl.
Yeah.
And it worked in Eurovision for that reason, for me. Such a sweet song for such a sweet next door girl. No grandeur, no trying to be more than what we actually are. She was the perfect, sweet, simple girl with a nice smile singing a sweet song. And I think that worked for the whole festival. There was a natural thing about the whole thing, which I think worked. And that's what I saw when I said to my friends, we're gonna do well with this song. I see this natural thing, which it's very difficult to get.
His passion burns and my life takes a turn. I'm reborn and alive with his love to survive. Is it good? Is it bad? Am I simply going mad? Is it fiction or fact? Am I really losing tact? Is he magical, logical, natural? I wonder. He's got the
In 2002, the contest was held in Tallinn. Can you take us back to Estonia?
Estonia was a nice place. Coming out of the ex-communist area and trying to find their feet. But the people were really nice. The country was really nice. There was an old town, I remember well, which we used to have fun with. We as a group were a really nice group with we had fun during the whole thing, obviously, because things started to get well. And when things go well, everything goes well and everything is fine. So it was a nice whole 15 days in Estonia.
Latvia won with 12 points more than Malta. And this was the best result to that date for Malta in the contest. When did you realize that you maybe would end up in the top places?
I realized early in the festival that we're going to finish top 3. That's why my friends were mad at me, because I was saying this all the time. We're going to finish top 3. I was certain we're going to finish top 3. I had this feeling. Was sorry we didn't do better, because I think Latvia won, yes, but I don't think she won with a good song. I think she won with a good gimmick. I was sorry for that only. I think Latvia is the only song that won in the past 20 years where the song didn't do anything after she won. It was the skirt thing that she changed that actually won her the festival. And I was looking at the points whilst they were coming in, and we were getting 12 and she was getting 12. And I saw from the middle onwards the rest of the countries that were going to vote. And I noticed that many of them were ex-Soviet countries. And I told them, listen, we're going to be near, but we're not going to win. So near yet so far away.
Yeah, Malta and Seventh Wonder was my favorite this year, and I was totally mesmerized by Ira Losko. I think she was fantastic during that song. And in Sweden, Swedish version of the song.
Yeah, the following year.
Yes, Ida Hedberg sang it, and it was called Var dig närmre.
Yeah, I was so happy they did it.
Känslan var stark, tappade mark. Redan första dagen du kom in i mitt liv. Du värmde min själ, du ville mig väl. Men närheten den skrämde mig åt okänt håll. Då gick jag min väg mot ett osäkert liv. Men nu föds jag på nytt, all min rädsla har flytt. Ja, jag vet nu idag, det vi har är någonting bra. Det jag känner för dig, du är en spegelbild av mig. Jag vill se på dig, röra dig, känna din värme. Ja, att jag ville att få vara dig närmre.
I think it was the first time, or one of the first time, that somebody outside Malta did one of my songs, actually. So I heard a different version of my song done in a foreign language with a different arrangement. I was so happy with the whole thing, and done well. I think it was done well. I don't understand the lyrics, but they rocked it up a little bit, and the guitar work, which I liked in the whole song. So I was really, really happy with that song.
2002 was a good year, in my opinion. Do you remember if you had any favorites among the competitors?
I think Estonia had a good song. A nice Swedish girl, if I remember.
Yes, exactly. Anna Salin that joined Claudette Pache. She was one of the backup.
Yes. I think she had the song which I really, really, really liked that year.
Just run away to the stars. Just run away till you're high enough. I will be waiting above. I'll make it happen, I try so hard.
I mean, this is from First Impressions. That year, I think Ralph Siegel, everybody thought Ralph Siegel was going to win because he had the girl...
the blind girl.
The blind girl, yeah, with the song. So everybody thought that he was going to win because people are going to vote for her. But when I heard the song and I saw the whole thing, I was convinced that she was not going to win.
I can't live without music. Only you keep me going along. I can't live without music and the power that's deep in your song. You're the one and only thing I couldn't do without. Makes me wanna sing and dance and shout.
I like that song by I don't remember her name.
Corinna May.
Yeah, the Estonian girl.
Anna Salin. The song was called Run Away.
Yeah. I like that song a lot.
In 2004, you won for the third time in Malta, this time with the song On Again, Off Again with Julian Ludwig. Was this song specially written for the couple?
Yes, it was.
Was it initially in a pop opera genre from the beginning?
Yes, it was, because Julie sometimes sang, with that falsetto voice in musicals and places like that. So I heard her once doing a musical with that bit where she sang a similar bit with that falsetto voice, and I thought, I don't think this has ever been used in a song, so I should make use of it.
On again, off again, like the rhythm of rain. We need to decide, find an end to this game. Such wonderful times, many natural highs. Love is a flame that we can never tame. On again, off again.
Off again, on again, like a flickering flame that dies in the wind and lights up again. Such wonderful times, many natural highs. Love is a flame we can never tame. On again, off again.
I wonder, because you are a singer yourself, do you sing the first demo?
No.
You never do?
No. I sing. I write a song and make it I play the melody on the piano, and then they come, and obviously then I sing it to them whilst they are here, and I find that the key is right and it fits them, and obviously they like it, and we work together from there. No, I don't normally sing because my voice is quite low. I have got quite a low voice, so very difficult to sing, especially when there's a lady singing.
Yeah. In 2004, the trip went to Turkey. Please take us back to Istanbul.
Istanbul was quite an interesting place. At that time, the festival was okay. It was the first time. We had a worry because it was the first time that if we don't make it in the top 10, there was a semi-final. So it was a worry, that we had to do well, or else Malta wouldn't compete. So that was a responsibility there. But as a festival, it was quite good. We had a problem with the mic. I was quite mad, and we spent between the last rehearsal and the festival proper, we had to stay in the hall because Julie had a problem with her mic, and this came up in the first rehearsal, didn't come up in the second rehearsal, came up in the third rehearsal, didn't come up in the evening, but then came up in the last rehearsal. So I was quite mad about the whole thing, and I was quite worried that this would happen again in the final and the proper. And I think that caused a little bit of a concern, even to the singers, which, you never expect this to happen in a festival of such a great, where a lot of attention is given and the equipment is really high class and the people taking care are really up to date. But this happened, and it didn't happen once. It kept happening and happening and happening. So we had to stay, as I told you, we had to stay between the last rehearsal and the proper show. We had to stay in the hotel, in the hall, to try and fix the problem and see what it was. That was my only concern in that festival.
The song ended in a 12th place in the final, and Ruslana with Wild Dances won.
Mm-hmm.
Opinions about the outcome?
I liked Ruslana. I liked the song. I liked everything about it. Obviously, I was still 2004. As I told you, I was with the Ukrainians on the previous year when they took part for the first time.
Exactly.
So the same delegation came. So I was friends with Ruslana. I still have some presents from Ruslana, which he brought me after at 2004. So I was happy for them even that they won. And I was happy for them of how they did the whole thing. From 2003, the first time that they took part, 2004, they managed to win it. I was happy for them.
I wanna be loved. I'm not gonna take my violations. Freedom era. I'm wild dancing.
3 years later, in 2007, you won a gigantic victory and broke all televoting records in Malta.
Yeah.
This wasn't the first time you competed with Olivia Lewis, because you participated with her in 2005 with the song Déjà Vu.
Yeah.
In your opinion, was Vertigo a better song than Déjà Vu?
Honestly, no, I don't think so. Vertigo was good, but I prefer Déjà Vu.
In 2007, the contest was held in Finland, since Lordi won the year before.
Yeah.
How was Helsinki?
Helsinki was good. Many fans like Vertigo.
I love Vertigo.
Yeah, many fans. So we went there with quite high hopes for the whole festival because the feedback was really, really, really good.
And I'm lost, then I'm found, and I run, then I hide, and I turn, you're not there. I say yes, you say no, love, and you give me vertigo. And I did, but you take. I made one big mistake, gave you all ecstasy, then you came. Now you go, love, and you give me vertigo.
I mean, I think it was the best feedback we ever got for one of my songs from all the previous years, including Seventh Wonder. The first feedback was really good. I think we got it wrong on stage. Something went wrong. We were talking in the beginning that the song, the singer, and the whole atmosphere have to fit. Vertigo was a song which, for a particular reason, which up to now I don't know why, didn't work.
In the semi-final, it only gathered 15 points and did not qualify for the final.
Yeah.
Why only 15 points, you think?
I can't understand. I can't understand why. I don't think the people that voted appreciated the song as much as the fans appreciated it prior to the festival. And I think the song you hear it on CD and the song you hear in the festival, I don't think that transferred well. Maybe due to the visuals, maybe due to the way the singer sang, maybe it could be quite a lot of things. But I don't think the final product worked.
This song is actually my favorite of your songs, as I love the oriental touch of it, and it contains both Middle Eastern and Far Eastern elements.
Yeah.
Did you write more songs for Olivia Lewis?
I don't think I wrote any more songs for Olivia Lewis after that one, because then in Singers in Malta, after they go to Eurovision, they tend to throttle down, instead of relax. Like that was the pinnacle of their career, and then they kind of relax. But I tend to write songs which have got this oriental feel, which I like. I like a lot. It makes the songs different, and it makes the songs tastier, I find, with these oriental sounds.
Serbia won with the song Molitva, and the competition was held in Belgrade in 2008, and you were there.
Yeah, I was there with one of my favorite singers, actually. Not because of her voice only, but because of her charisma. Morena, she was on fire all the time. I thought she had the perfect ingredients to do well in the Eurovision stage. Quite bubbly, always with a smile, knows what to say, always jumping around. With the fans, with the press, always doing well. But unfortunately, the song didn't do well. Again, another mystery why it didn't do well. But obviously, I felt it was not going to do well. Again, something didn't work in the festival program.
Vodka, that's the secret word. Vodka, and I want it so bad, so bad, so bad. Vodka, I'm a cyber home. Got a rush in the head. Vodka,
The song was Vodka, and it had a typical Russian vibe over it.
Yeah. Always I try to do something which is which adds spice to the song, which adds a character to the song. That had this Russian character, and I thought it was going to transmit a lot of energy when people hear it on the TV. Normally there are lots of ballads and slow songs, so I thought with this, pumped up song full of energy, maybe it could be the different song which actually, people would notice. You're after grabbing people's attention for a few seconds for them to remember when they come to vote, and they say the one I remember is Vodka, for a reason again. And that's what's nice about festivals. That didn't work because again we didn't make it to the final.
Yeah, Vodka finished 14th in the semi-final. Were you very disappointed?
I was very disappointed, yes. Very, very disappointed. For her, and for the song, because I thought, it was her chance. Maybe she needed more experience for the whole thing. Maybe she went too early to the festival, because I think it was the first time she competed on her own, and she won. Maybe she needed more experience, but I was sorry for her, because I thought she had the potential of doing well, and not only in the Eurovision proper.
How was Belgrade?
Quite good. I mean, it was not the first time I was in Belgrade. I was there before in Belgrade. So I kind of knew the place a little bit, but no problems.
Russia won in 2008 with Dima Bilan and the song Believe.
Yeah.
Do you remember if you had any favorites among the competitors?
Not really, no.
I remember that Malta gave 12 points to Sweden with Charlotte Perrelli with the song Hero.
She didn't make it either, if I remember correctly.
She
made it?
Yeah, she got through to the final, but ended in a very bad place.
But she was voted in by the judges or something like that.
Exactly. Yeah.
I remember. But I didn't like that song particularly from Sweden. Like that song a lot.
After Belgrade in 2008, it would take 9 years for you to go back to Eurovision, and during this period you competed in Malta with 40 songs in total in the national final. How come it took 9 years?
You have to tell the judges, and you have to tell the televoting public. Actually, not the televoting public, because I had a song which actually won. Jessica Muscat with a song, I don't know what the name of.
Was it Ultraviolet?
Ultraviolet, that's the one.
Okay, so Ultraviolet got more televoters than the other song that won in 2013.
Yes, she won the televote.
Well, my favorite song with Jessica is Fandango.
Wow. You like those type of songs?
Yes. Tell me about the song Breathlessly with Claudia Faniello that you wrote together with your old partner in crime, Gerard James Fogg, and your son, Sean Vella.
Yeah. I was really, really sorry we didn't win with Pure. Well, as we said before, should have won the festival. So after Claudia didn't win with Pure, she didn't want to compete in the festival anymore. She felt really down about the whole festival and about the whole thing. Then I wrote Breathlessly, which actually was not a song which I wrote for Claudia. It was a song which somebody needed a demo for a foreign festival. I don't remember which one it was, because I tend to send songs for festivals. But I wrote it. Then Claudia came to my house and I said, listen, are you sure you don't want to take part anymore? I have a song which you should hear. So she heard the song and she went totally mad about the song. She was totally in love about Breathlessly. And again, I think she sang fantastic on the final night. She was perfect during the whole rehearsals, so I couldn't fault her one time during the festival whilst we were in
Kiev.
So again, a mystery to me how she didn't make it to the finals. People say it was an old-fashioned type of song, but obviously for me that doesn't solve my problem why she didn't, because then the song that won was the Portugal song, which was as old-fashioned as that song it couldn't be. So I thought Breathlessly was gonna again transmit a lot of feelings to the people that's gonna watch it at home, because she does it she sings in a very in a way that makes you feel emotionally charged, but it didn't work.
Breathlessly, I'll be watching you breathlessly, knowing there's a vacancy within your heart. Breathlessly, I'll be holding you endlessly, knowing that the storm is just about to die.
can't understand and find a reason why she didn't do well in that festival. I don't think we had good publicity for it. I mean, fans tended to break it down and say it's not good and say it's old-fashioned and things like this, which I don't think it helps. But I find it a pity that it didn't do well in the festival.
Claudia had competed in the Maltese final 10 times before Breathlessly and with several songs composed by you.
Yeah.
How was Kiev?
I told you I was in Kiev 12 years before or 13 years before, I don't know.
2003.
Yeah, and then 2017, right?
Yeah.
Kiev, quite a change in those years. Quite a change for the better, I feel. I was impressed, actually, of how far they went as a country.
Claudia Faniello is the sister to Fabrizio Faniello.
Yeah.
Have you never worked with him?
Yes, I have. I did write songs for him in Maltese, and he had a couple of songs lately, which I co-wrote with him, actually. His latest singles, I co-wrote with him. And even in his latest album, I think there are a couple of songs which are mine.
Have you written and submitted anything for Eurovision since 2017?
No. Since the festival has been decided by Malta's Got Talent or whatever X Factor. No, I haven't. Actually, I don't agree with X Factor at all. For the X Factor singer to represent Malta at Eurovision, I don't agree with it at all.
Why?
Because it's, I believe X Factor should be, but for new singers to find their feet and obviously do it like they do in other countries all around the world, where they offer the singer a good contract by a good record company and they mold her to becoming a star. That I believe totally. In giving the end premium to somebody who wins the X Factor to go to Eurovision. I mean, when before there used to be a festival where all the composers in Malta used to write, or it was a healthy competition between the singers, and etc. And all that is lost in Malta, which is a pity.
Malta is a very small country, and I mean, can you find 10 new contestants every year that have talent?
I mean, you can't find 10 new ones, but the ones that didn't win the year and the year before and the year before could take part again.
But I mean, in the X Factor, there have to be new artists every year, right?
Yeah. But many of the artists that took part in Eurovision festivals didn't take part in the X Factor, if you know what I mean. And I can understand why. It was not because they snobbed the festival. It's because it should be for new singers, budding singers. And even, I mean, I agree that there should be an X Factor, because then I, as a composer, can find the singer and I say, wow, I can target her with a song. You know what I mean? And find, but I don't think then to go to Eurovision, it should be through the X Factor. It should be through a festival like they do in Sweden, for example. It's a mega festival in Sweden. Mega.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think it's the best way to do it. They go to different towns and they go, you know, the songs are popular before they even make it to the festival. It's such a healthy way to do it.
How many countries in Europe have you sent songs to their national finals?
Quite a few. I was in Holland.
Yeah, with so much love.
With Ebonique. In France, we finished second, and it was a good song, I think.
Yeah.
And again, it should have won.
Ma Liberté.
Yes. Ma Liberté. Yeah.
Okay, so in 2014, you competed with Ma Liberté with Joanna.
Yeah.
Ma liberté, la seule chose que je demande, c'est ma liberté. J'ai besoin que tu me rendes ma liberté.
I will tell you something really funny. You know, I write so many songs that sometimes my son sits on the piano and plays a song, and I tell him, wow, good, this is good. He said, yeah, of course it's good, it's your song. And I don't even...
How many songs do you think you have released?
Loads.
More than 1,000?
I don't know. Maybe it could be. Because since 1995, I've written songs. loads and loads of songs.
And very good songs too.
Well, I try, not always good songs, because I'm sorry when I didn't do well in the Eurovision. I'm sorry. I mean, you think you're going to do well, but I mean, it's such a challenge there.
Yeah.
And Malta is such a small country that, I mean, we don't get automatic votes every year, if you know what I mean. We don't get the automatic. You have a guaranteed amount of votes which you're going to get, even if the song is rubbish.
But can we expect you to submit?
If they do another festival, which they're thinking of doing, actually, I will definitely submit, yes. Because I like them. I like, I like the thrill of it all. I like it. Have you ever been to Eurovision? You're always there?
Yes, many times.
Every year.
It's the best week of the year.
Yes. No, I agree. I have fun.
You recently released a new album.
Yeah.
60 plus.
Yeah. Well, in Malta, I am famous for singing sarcastic songs. This has come through 1995. I submitted a song which was kind of a joke song, and it was called "I Don't Care," and it was a sarcastic way of the Maltese way of thinking that listen, I don't care as long as I am happy, then I don't care what you think of the whole thing, and it was that type of song, and I competed with that in a festival as a joke, and that people expected me for this whole 20 years to sing those kind of songs, and I did loads of those songs. I have another 4 previous albums with those kind of songs. But then about 6, 7, 8 years ago, I didn't compete anymore as a singer. And my style of singing is different than that type of songs. I play in hotels and sing in hotels every night in Malta. That's my job at the moment. And my style of singing is more Cat Stevens and Mark Knopfler of Dire Straits and Sting, maybe, that type of emotional kind of songs, and Rocky Eagles. So last year I took part again in this same festival with Maltese with a song which is my style of song, my style of kind of song. And I won. It was called Il Verità, the song. And I said, wow, so now is the time to write an album of songs with the style I really like. And many of the songs in this album are songs which have been in my mind for quite a long time, thinking of how and what to do them. And after I won that festival, this was the time to do this album, which is a very personal album. I mean, my previous albums were songs which I competed with in festivals. They were like compilation albums, not proper albums. This is a proper album in Maltese, where I have a song about my father and what I had to tell him. He's dead now, but I mean, what I should have told him when he was alive, and things. 60 plus is because now I'm an over 60 person, so now I'm thinking, where am I gonna go?
مشيت في الباسي تياك كنت مسير حبيب سنشير Grazzi ta kull ħaġa l-għamilt miej Nishtiqek hawn viċin tiegħi Manna miej mara min sebaw jippantalin wiċċek jħares u jdawar l-lem għajneħ ta' snerrija bla jimsaħ bitriħi mikxufa bid-dem mara ja mara fil-mara tistaħba b'mejda li għanda leħna miksur insew kif ittiru ġmin ħajat mitlu pal fejn sejra fejn tmur Rajt raġel li milt min l-okra kollha ta' dinja żgur se jsalva għax emmen u jibqa' jemmen. Dejjem
I really like this album, and I love that it's a mix of symphonic, instrumental, dramatic, singer-songwriter, and pop.
Yeah. Glad you heard it, glad you like it. Although you didn't understand a word, I'm sure.
No, I don't. But I love the Maltese language. It in my head, it's a mix of Arabic and Italian.
Yes, true. And some English as well, some English sometimes. Yeah, that's true. Through the years, many of the words from Italy and from England have infiltrated kind of the Arabic language, which was the original, and it gave it this particular sound today. I love the Eurovision formula, and I love when I'm free not writing for Eurovision. For example, this album has freed me from all the festival mentality, which again, I'll go back to what I told you at the beginning of this interview, that I don't like festivals. This has freed me from that mentality that you have to do, it has to be catchy, it has to be, people have to understand it quickly, it has to do well, the language, the topics of the song have to be something which all people associate with, and all this. Obviously that album is not that. Still they have to be, still they have to appeal to people, because you do them to share them with people. I think that's what's nice about music. I love it when somebody, especially who doesn't normally hear my songs, gives me a call or sends me a message how I love this album. For me, it's the biggest compliment somebody can give. And I have to mention that my son now is my producer. He produces all my songs, which have given all my songs a new dimension, I feel, because he's still young. He's really into the music scene. So whatever I write, I give it to him, and he gives them a new, refreshed direction, which I'm so lucky to have.
You have been so nice, Philip, and given me 5 CDs of your new CD.
Yeah.
And to get one of these CD, you have to share this episode on your social media accounts, tag some friends that should listen, and do the hashtag Eurovision Legends. Thank you so much, Philip, for this lovely conversation.
My pleasure. Enjoyed it.
And thanks to you, our listeners out there in the world. I hope you enjoyed this chat with me and Philip Vella. And if you did, subscribe, like, and write a review, and tell everyone you know about Eurovision Legends. I hope we meet again soon. You find Eurovision Legends on Facebook and Instagram, and all information's on my website, eurovisionlegends.se. And don't forget to stream Philip Vella's new CD on Spotify or wherever you listen to music. Grazie, Philip.
My pleasure. Okay, my friend. We keep in touch. And thank you for this.
Am I weak? Am I strong? In his arms do I belong? I could climb mountain high for his love.